Okay, this is for Aquarius. Libra has already been taken care of. So if you have Libra placements or you're curious about that reading, please go check it out. It's already been uploaded. So Aquarius, for you, we're going to start with Chamomile, Inner Peace, number 9. So upright, it represents peace, restoration, softness, purity, graceful power, inner peace, delight, and harmony. Reversed, it represents disharmony, emotional distress, excess worry, exhaustion, and anxiety. It is ruled by the sun and the moon. The word chamomile is derived from the Greek word chamomila, meaning ground apple, which I probably messed up that word, sorry. In Spain, it has been called manzanilla, which, yes, that's Spanish, or little apple, for hundreds of years, a reference to the plant's refreshing, crisp, apple-like aroma. Chamomile flowers are traditionally used in teas, tinctures, and formulas to treat anxiety, insomnia, depression, digestive upset, as an antiseptic, and more. Chamomile was regarded as sacred in ancient Egypt and commonly burned as incense as an offering to the sun god Ra. Ancient Romans and Greeks valued chamomile for its medicinal properties and used it as a healing beverage and to soothe skin conditions. During the Middle Ages, European doctors frequently prescribed chamomile syrups and ointments to treat various ailments, and it was used as a bittering agent in beer. Vikings regarded chamomile as one of the 9 sacred herbs and used it to soothe digestion and as a rinse for their hair to give their beards strength and shine. Although chamomile embodies the shining sun, its medicinal qualities are also aligned to the archetype of the moon. The moon rules the gastrointestinal system, emotional body, and nervous system. On a soul level, chamomile flowers assist us in releasing stored emotional tension from our stomach, nervous system, and solar plexus. Chamomile deeply nurtures our emotional landscape, able to soothe emotional distress and psychic stressors. Okay, so the guidance says, if you find yourself often triggered and consumed by small stresses, be aware that they accumulate, creating a chronic state of disharmony and fear. Chamomile today is reminding you to not project your fears onto life and others. Allow yourself a state of internal peace and give yourself the greatest love imagined. Chamomile, like deer energy, instills a contained center of innocence, warmth, and light within us. Deer blesses us with the power of gentleness to heal our wounds and the heart-mind of wounded beings. Don't push hard to do the work. It's the gentleness of spirit that heals all. Okay. Interesting. Now let's see. Yarrow. All right. So number 15, Yarrow, harmony. Upright, it represents equilibrium, balance, discernment, nourished psychic shield, divinatory empathy, sensitivity. Reversed, it represents imbalance, emotionally drained, lack of boundaries, overly sensitive, self-critical, nearing burnout. Astrological ruler, Venus. The Latin name for Yarrow comes from the hero of Greek myth, Achilles, for who was said to give yarrow to his soldiers to heal wounds and staunch bleeding during the Trojan War. Embraced back thousands of years in healing practices, including Ayurveda, traditional Chinese medicine, and Native American practices. In Spain, a 50,000-year-old Neanderthal skull was found with traces of yarrow in their teeth. Yarrow's historical use as a divinatory flower is extensive. In China, yarrow stalks are gathered and the straightest ones are collected for scattering to read the divinatory I Ching. Called devil's nettle or devil's plaything in European traditions, it was one of the herbs dedicated to the evil one and used for divination and spells. Ruled by Venus, yarrow is said to provide relief from patterns of disharmony and help cleanse one of unhealthy sorrow or trickling depression. Yarrow embodies harmony, a key concept of Venusian symbology. The balancing force represented by Libra, one of Venus's rulers, is as an appropriate metaphor for how harmonizing yarrow is as a medicine. Venus, as the archetypal manifestation of beauty and aesthetics, also represents self-love, unity, and empathy. The guidance says, if you're feeling emotionally drained or too sensitive for today's world, it's time to set solid boundaries to regain balance. Use your empathic abilities as grounding cords to use your psychic powers and divinatory skills. Allow your sensitivity to be a filter for what is allowed within your psychic shield and what isn't. Like the magic of the white heron, move slowly with precision as you navigate emotional waters. Heron teaches us the power of self-reflection as a way to transcend judgmental projections and low self-worth. Draw clear boundaries and examine yourself from a detached perspective. Don't blame situations or others as a reason to remain stuck. Yarrow's white light teaches us the power of shielding while remaining gentle in the process of self-discovery. Okay. Interesting. I do think it's worthy of a mention. The fact that in Libra's reading, the Heron actually came out as the King of Cups. And Libra happened to have that ability. And then Libra is being mentioned in Aquarius's reading. So I don't know if this is happening because you have both Libra and Aquarius placements, or if you are dealing with someone who is a Libra, or you're just one of the two. Or maybe you're dealing with a guide, a spirit guide that's very Venusian in nature. All right, let's see. What is the message for Aquarius? Ooh, that's a lot. We're going to take the only one. Oh, okay. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. With the Knight of Stones, horse. Which this is basically like the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so I went to look up the energy of the horse, of the Knight of Stones, the horse. And this is what I think is fascinating because this came out kind of in Libra's reading as well. So I really feel like you're either dealing with someone who has Libra placements or you have Libra placements, or you're dealing with this energy as well. So the horse represents healthy activity and self-sufficiency, physical strength, and pleasure is important. Daring, pride, and a love of the earth lead you to attempt ever more amazing feats. It represents somebody reliable and robust who takes care of the details, someone who gets the job done, someone who's naturally adept and has a craftsman's skill. It's a good person to have by your side because they check all possibilities. They can be dogged in pursuit, plotting and materialistic, and may not know when enough is enough. But horse energy is known for maintaining a steady impetus, taking pride in your work, but also giving up too easily. So this energy showed up for Libra, and the reason I'm mentioning that is because you could be somebody showing up to work with a Libra, or a Libra could be showing up to work with you, or this is like a spirit guide who has this energy, or you may be like a physical spirit guide to someone else and they are a physical spirit guide to you. Because with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, I feel like you've gone as far as you can go by yourself. And the same was told over here. And yet the energies are opposite. The advice that's being given is very different energies. Here, you're asked to step into the Heron energy, whereas that's something that Libra naturally embodies. And Libra energy literally showed up here. So I don't know, there's something very, very particularly interesting about that. So the wheel, which is basically like the Wheel of Fortune, in this deck, the way it's represented, I do think it's very interesting that we have the moon and the sun, and then we had the moon and the sun with the chamomile energy here. So if you are coming together with someone who has Libra energy, whether it's their sun, whether it's the moon, whether it's their rising, or maybe they're just Venus dominant, but especially Libra dominant in some way, like maybe they don't have Libra placements, but they have a cluster of planets in their 7th house that makes them Libra dominant still, because Libra rules that house. This came out reversed, so I feel like you're resisting this. You're resisting this union. And if this isn't a person and it's a spirit guide, we have 3 herons here that kind of stand in as a symbol of the fates. They're waiting for this weaving to be complete so that they know they're waiting who's going to be the owner of this item of clothing. And with you being reversed here, you're refusing to finish. There's some unfinished business that you're refusing to address. You're being very willful, very stubborn, but not in the good way. Like you're just forcing yourself to continue. You feel very out of control because whatever this is, you're going against your own fate. And what I mean by that is fate and human free will coexist, right? And what I mean by that is fate, things that are predestined are more broad. We are allowed to weave in our own personal story into that. So for example, if you are fated to be famous, but you choose to not be a healer, you choose to be a guitarist in a band, you're going to still accomplish that, just in a completely different way. If you are the opposite, and let's say you're meant to be famous and you're like, nope, and you hide in your house, you're running from it because you don't want it. That is, now you're just not facing your fate, period. You can still weave in your own personal touch to it, but you just don't want to do this at all. Whatever this is, you're just like, nope, 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 nope. Okay, Aquarius. Let's see. Clarify the wheel. Reverse. Clarify the wheel. King of Pentacles. See? Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Clarify King of the wheel. Five of Swords. Clarify the wheel. I was so, this card literally came out. I'm just, okay. And there you are. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Hanged Man, the Ten of Wands, and the Devil. You are stuck. You know those little cartoons where, you know, like Tom and Jerry, and then one of the two is running and they get, somebody grabs them from the back and their little legs are moving, but they're not getting anywhere? That's the energy you're in. Because you're tied, your fate is tied to whatever this is, and you're trying to run in the opposite direction. And you're not getting anywhere because they're like, you can choose how you execute this thing, but you're just refusing it altogether. You're paralyzed by fear. You have heavy, heavy burdens connected to whatever this is, which most likely indicates it's some sort of karmic lesson. And you're just like, nope, 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 nope. But you're also not moving because you can't run away from this. I don't know if it's commitment. I don't know. You know, Aquarius is funny on that because you are a fixed sign. So you do love you some stability, but you're also ruled by Uranus. So you love that independence too. And it's almost like you want the best of both worlds. With the Five of Swords, you want your own happiness, but maybe you also want commitment to whatever this is. You want both. And they're like, no, Five of Swords, that's not how it works. You've already, okay. So for some of you, let's say that you're an Aquarius that has been pretty independent for a very, very, very long time. It's commitment time, baby. And if it's the opposite and you have been in a commitment for a very long time, but you've stayed maybe because the money was stable, maybe because the sex was good, but you're not very happy in any other aspect of your life, it's time to be single. Either way. And you're just like, no, thank you. You're being very stubborn because you're like, I will continue going the way I've been going. Thank you. But you're not, you're kind of just becoming completely stuck. Because this is something that, well, it needs to be addressed, and you just don't want to do this. You refuse to take part in this fated event, and it's kind of like you're at this red light and it's a one-way street, so you can't go back, but you refuse to move forward because, you know, it's scary, which is understandable. But let's see if we can get a little bit more information on why it's so scary to you. What else does Aquarius need to know? The Blasted Oak. Oh, this is Taurus. I mean, not Taurus. Oh, maybe you have Taurus. I don't know. This is the Tower is what I was trying to say. Tower energy. Ooh. Okay. The moon on water. See, this tells me that you can feel the potential of whatever this is. You feel how much potential it has. And that is terrifying to you. So either you feel like you would do great at being single, but you're afraid of being single, or you feel like you would be a great wife or a great husband, but you're also terrified of being caught in marriage. I want to look at this. I'm going to read some pieces of the Blasted Oak because this card is wild. Okay, so I think this is so fascinating because what did we have here but the Hanged Man, right? I said, you are keeping yourself stuck. And you know what I just remembered when I was reading this? I remembered that this card represents a combination of the Hanged Man and the Tower. I need to read this to you, okay? I need to read it. Check this out. It says, just as the universe has the power to create, so it also has the power to destroy. The sudden catabolic power of natural catastrophe and disaster is almost unimaginable. With a sideways flick of its tail, the hurricane can uproot a bridge, just as a shudder in the earth's crust can reduce whole cities to rubble and send tidal shockwaves around the world. On the human level, we build our seemingly indestructible edifices of theory, technical endeavor, and civilization, believing they are immovable and eternal. We wrap ourselves in the trappings of power and position, but in the end, we own nothing. We only borrow for the time we are here. All we truly have is what we have learned. This image combines two of the traditional tarot cards, the Hanged Man and the Tower. Here, the great forest oak is shattered by the power of the storm. For those who have climbed the tree and lashed themselves to a branch, the fall may be long. So too, the arrogance and pretension of material life may be torn apart by a single act of nature or fate. But the fire that blasts the limb also burns the bonds that have held us in a position of false security. Just as the Hanged Man is caught in a state of divine sacrifice and linked to the threefold death, here in the Blasted Oak, the tree itself is shaken and scarred. Likewise, the tower is shattered by the storm, and believing in the illusion of material power can only end in spiritual isolation, stagnation, and collapse. But even as we fall, the power that floods our senses with pain also cleanses and burns away the illusions and falsehoods. As our hands reach for the stable earth, the power grounds itself through us. Our senses are alive with the heat of life. Our emotions are ablaze with passion. Perhaps we had forgotten the intensity of desire, the need to keep struggling for understanding. The essence of true strength and enduring spirit cannot be bought with gold or position or grandiose esoteric theory. It is found in the ashes and flames of nature's own wild card. So, what appears to be a random dissolution or destruction of your beliefs and relationships is timely and natural. The sea swallows what was built on shifting sand, and you are liberated from being a powerless victim. Now you have a base on which your inner strength can adapt and evolve. This may happen suddenly and with shocking speed. The trauma may leave you stunned and confused, but the fiery blast that sent you falling to earth has also jolted you from a state of trance that allowed you to avoid dealing with profound and fundamental issues. Don't be angry or bitter at this passing, for whatever has gone never really belonged to you. Be patient. Wait and learn from the process of loss. Wow. Right when I was saying that you're sitting here stuck, the universe is like, literally, I don't know why I keep saying it specifically chose a card that includes both the Hanged Man and the Tower. Like, oh, no, you're not going to stay stuck. Watch this. Oh, my God. Clarify the sacred, the Blasted Oak. Clarify the Blasted Oak. Knight of Swords. Queen of Wands. Eight of Wands. With the Eight of Cups, here you are. More Queen energy. Okay, so this could definitely represent either the fact that you're about to meet somebody, somebody's going to rush, or it's going to feel like you are suddenly either you relocate because it's an intense thing, or somebody relocates to where you are. Maybe it has nothing to do with moving physically, like your house, but it could be like maybe you go to a new job. Whatever it is, you meet somebody who completely blasts your world apart. But it's a mix. It's a mix, again, just like the mix here is, it's a little bit of trauma, right? From being blasted off their little safe spot of hanging upside down. But at the same time, imagine being struck by lightning, how alive you feel, right? It's a mix. So on one hand, whoever is coming into your life, they illuminate something for you. They either illuminate a belief system that you just can't see it the same way anymore, or something about your life. Whatever it is that had you so stuck, this person or this spirit guide, because it could be a spirit guide, brings such illumination and clarity that it's like once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's just this lifestyle or this person, depending on what it is so attractive that it just shreds whatever was holding you in place. The universe is like, see, we didn't need to do anything, because whoever this is, whether it's a spirit guide or whether it's a person, they are so magnetic that it's almost like they I'm getting like a whoosh, like a magnetic. Oh, look, you got sound effects. like you're being sucked into a portal. That's what it feels like. Like there's no stopping this. Even if you tried, the universe is like, no, honey. You're trying to cling to the branch and they're just removing your fingers like, let go. Except it's a lot faster. Almost like there's a shock to your fingers until you just release instantly. Whew. This is going to feel intense, but remember, you got the card of inner peace and harmony. It's meant to help you. You're just, remember when I said it's like you're at this red light and you refuse to move forward. It's almost like a car coming behind you. It's not going to hurt you, but it's like, think of, bumper cars where they can bump you and it doesn't actually hurt you, but it pushes you. That's what this is like. Like you're being pushed. It doesn't matter if you don't want to move. You will move. Okay. Because there's so much potential you're sitting on and they're like, enough. Okay. All right. Oh, there you are. Look. See, at the same time, this stuck energy where you are stuck, you're so bored. You have this ennui type of energy. Nothing satisfies you. Nothing fulfills you. Nothing is good enough. Remember when I said you may have it all financially, but your happiness is not where you're at. And the universe is like, we're going to fix that. We are going to fix that, my darling. The Wanderer. I don't think you're in a relationship. I think that this is somebody who's like a bachelor or bachelorette. You have plenty of money and you like to be alone. You like to do things your way. And I feel like either one, this is somebody who's about to start a spiritual journey. And you see where this person is about to step onto like a rainbow. You may feel like you're leaving common sense behind and you're stepping onto some make-believe world. So this could be like you beginning a spiritual journey, but for others of you, this is about you becoming committed to another person, someone that you just can't resist. And you really don't want to, but something about this connection is just so vital to you. Let's see. Clarify the Four of Vessels. Boredom. Look, there you Clarify the Four of Vessels. With the Hermit. You're finding something that you didn't even know you had been searching for. So this is either some sort of answer, like you received some sort of internal answer that you didn't realize you had been looking for a long time. So all this boredom, all this free time you have, you may have, without realizing it, gone off on trails of thought that became meditation. And boom, you either got some clarity to a major issue that you were facing, or you met someone that thrills you to your core. But at the same time, you don't want to be thrilled to your core. Like, you are terrified of this because this means something about your stability gets shifted. And I do see that you are showing up very willful, very like, nope. But you know what? You see how Pan stands out here? The universe is using your own little Pan energy against you. Well, and here's the thing. This is like karmic, but it's not like a karmic punishment. It's more that you have built a life where you basically indulge your every pleasure and whim. So you are not really in the energy of self-control. You've got earthy, fiery energy. You've got the Knight, the Queen, and the King showing up for your fiery energy, as well as the Knight of Swords. Like, when you want something, you go for it. You don't withhold. And now this is going to work against you because you have not trained yourself to feel self-control. So it's not that the universe is using this against you. You have set yourself up this way. So whoever this person is that crosses your path that is desirable to you, you will not be able to fight your desire for them because you've never taught yourself to fight your desire. You allow yourself to enjoy your whims. You allow yourself to enjoy everything that you desire, everything that pleases you. And this person is so exciting. I mean, they're Eight of Wands. This is someone exciting. They bring warmth and fire, and you are sitting here bored out of your mind. So not only are they attractive, they're exciting. They thrill you. They feel like a shock. And you love it, but you're also scared because you feel like this is going to upset your entire stability. And it might. Maybe this requires moving into another country. Maybe this requires, I don't know, whatever it is, you are very much against it, but you also cannot resist. I should not cackle, but it's funny, Aquarius. I'm sorry. I'm really not sorry. I think it's funny. Yeah, you can't resist because you haven't trained yourself to resist. And the universe is like, that's perfect because you're going to be electrified. Let's see. Oh, what else does Aquarius need to know? Oh, Six of Vessels, a reunion. So this is somebody, oh, the Seer. This is someone that you already know, either from a past life or it feels past lifey. This is someone who's very spiritual. Okay, so I feel like you're the very earthy person, or this could be the opposite. And maybe you are dealing with someone who's very earthy and you're the spiritual person because, you are watching tarot. So maybe it's the other way around. So let's talk about it like it's the other way around. If you are the very spiritual person, Aquarius, you are so attractive to this King of Pentacles. So attractive. I mean, like magnetically pulled in level of attraction. You have turned into what this person did not even know that they wanted. It's almost like for the longest time, if this person has been single, because I do believe that they've been single for a very long time, they are the eternal bachelor or eternal bachelorette. The reason that they always thought they would never get married is because they were pretty content. Anytime they came across someone that was fun and flirty and it was exciting, and then it would die down. That's because these were only people that they were attracted to. These were not people that they were fall in love with. Whereas with you, they have a soul pull. It's not just a body pull. Their soul pulls them to you. Tell me about the Six of Vessels. Ooh, Page of Cups. Oh, child. Six of Swords. King of Cups. Nine of Pentacles. Look, what did I what did I just say? One of you is single as hell. I actually think both of you are single. But this single life it's about to get correct. It's about to get misdirected. Look, there's the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody is about to change your whole world, or you're about to change someone else's whole world. And something I also think is interesting is that we've got the King of Cups with the Page of Cups. So whoever the spiritual person is, they awaken a very, it's interesting because there's the Page of Cups, but it's not a little kid the way normally the Page of Cups is. So this goes twofold. Whoever the spiritual person is, they awaken like the spiritual part, the curiosity of this person to explore. But on the other side, the very earthy, lusty person awakens this like explorative energy in this King of Cups. And it could be same sex, because we do have two kings. It doesn't have to be heterosexual. This could be two women, two men. It doesn't really matter. But somebody is here to guide. I feel like you're here to guide each other, honestly. You're here to guide each other. And again, you see how the Page of Cups has the moon, and this Six of Swords has the sun above the masculine. Sun and the moon again. Very interesting. This is somebody that you will not be able to fight this feeling with, because this is somebody that you've met in previous lifetimes. You're going to feel an abnormally powerful pull towards this person, or vice versa. They're going to feel that towards you. Let's see. What else does Aquarius need to know? Wow, the World Tree. This is the world in this deck. And there's again, the moon and what the potential is off the charts. I feel like you two, when you come together, you are going to impact and make ripples. Maybe that's why this design matters. And the World Tree is here because you're going to create ripples throughout the universe. And obviously I'm talking to multiple couples. So all of these people together coming into partnership are going to create ripples throughout the world. What I think is fascinating about this is that we had the Wanderer a while ago, right? And the World Tree is technically the end of the Wanderer's journey. So where whoever the free spirit is, it's the end of the free, well, not that you can't be a free spirit anymore, but wherever you were independent. So let's say that you had been working on something alone. This is a business partnership coming in. If you had been a bachelor or bachelorette partnership coming in, if this is you going down your own spiritual path, you are going to come together with a spiritual tribe. Whatever you've been doing on your own, no longer, it's done. That cycle is done. You went through the whole journey of doing this on your own, and now it's The next journey is about learning to work in harmony with others. So let's see. Clarify the world tree. Six of Cups, King of Swords. Clarify the world tree. The Four of Wands came out reversed. Ace of Wands, Two of Swords. Ooh, child. Okay. I'm laughing because the King of Swords is here, and here's also the King of Swords. Woo, one of you does not want this, but you also can't fight it. There's like, no. But again, you see how she has the symbol of the yin and yang on her tunic here? You are about to be launched. I mean, like, yoinked into a new reality. And you are not ready. You do not want this. Look at that face. Look at that face. Like, I fucking dare you. And the universe is like, allow me. And there you are. Face first in the snow. I don't know, one of you. Either you or the person you're dealing with is like this. Not wanting to work together with other people, regardless of whether it's their soul tribe. They're like, I do not care. I do not need anybody else. But you've hit a dead end, because that's as far as this, like, picture it like this labyrinth here, right? You've gone as far as you can go alone. Your lonesome journey has gone on enough. Now it's time to shift. And it's like, this is like you are being seduced. But here's the most fascinating thing. You are seducing yourself. Because, okay, how do I portray this? Imagine that this is a partnership, a romantic partnership, okay? You remember when I said you're showing up in a very pan energy. One of you showing up in a very pan-like energy, very earthy, very lusty, very free-spirited energy. You have taught yourself to just go for whatever you want. When you find a juicy apple, you sink your teeth into it. And you have found the juiciest of apples. So you're basically seducing yourself because you cannot fight this. Nobody's doing anything to you. On the contrary, I feel like whoever you're dealing with, they may have a very strong self-control. Because remember, I said you are showing up in a very fiery and earthy energy. So whoever this King of Swords is, they don't want this either. I don't know what's going on, but this is hilarious because this is unavoidable. This is like two energies going directly towards in a collision course. But you also don't want to collide. And you're like, well, it's unavoidable though. What else does Aquarius need to know? Oh. Nine of Vessels, generosity. Oh, I love this. Nine of Bows, respect. So regardless of whether you want to do this or not, regardless of whether the person you're being involved with as a business partner, as a romantic partner, as a friend, whatever it is, whether you want this or not, the reason that this is going to happen is because this is something that you've actually, or they, one of the two, or both of you both have been searching for this without realizing it. You both have been calling energetically for this without realizing it. And when you meet, you're also going to feel like this is an equal. Look, look, this is an equal. This is someone I respect. I already respect this person. You just naturally know to take this person seriously, and they naturally know to take you seriously. But almost like there's this, you know when the boxers get into the ring and they do that thing where they're all up in each other's faces and they look like they're about to kiss? That's the energy here. Well, y'all are kind of acting like I don't trust you, but it's also creating all this tension between it. To where if this is someone that you are free to pursue and you're both romantically interested, it's going to be that energy of like all the tension just kicks off into something else. But it's a wish granted, really. It's not a burden. You just don't want this. But it's not a bad thing. Clarify the 9 of Vessels. Five of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I see. 2 of Cups, Ace of Cups, the Sun. I see. So you've already had bad experiences before. I mean, but to be honest, Aquarius, who hasn't? The difference is that you've kind of taken this as, yeah, I should never fall in love again, or this is how the person you're dealing with feels. I should never dabble in love again. I should never dabble in partnership again. I should never do this. I should never do that. So if this is a business partnership, it went really sour in the past and you're like, nope, I promised myself to never go into business with another person. If this is a friendship, that this is someone really close to you, you're like, nope, I swore to myself I would never have a bonded sister or another bonded brother, another brother from another mother, whatever it is, a sister from another mister. You have sworn this off. And yet, here it goes again. Because this is something that you're not supposed to avoid. It's not like you're learning the wrong lesson from it. It's not, the lesson was that you should never do this again. Maybe the lesson was who you're choosing to do this with. Or maybe the lesson was to set better boundaries, to not overgive. Maybe the lesson was to respect yourself, to love yourself first. There's multiple lessons that could have been the original lesson, and you're misinterpreting what the lesson was, and now you're shutting this area off of your life completely, and the universe like, no, let's reopen the door. Now it's time. We let you go through all the journeys, the multiple stages of grief and loss and sorrow, and now it's time to open the door again. And you're like holding back, no, you're being dragged towards the door, like, no. Oh my God, I don't know why I find this so funny. I'm gonna leave it here because I feel like this is unavoidable. It's gonna happen. Just brace yourself, okay? So I hope that this brought you whatever clarity or confirmation you were hoping for, you were needing at this time. If you want to show that you appreciate my time and energy, if you want to comment down below, even if it's just the emojis in the title, I look forward to feedback. Love you guys. Bye-bye.